Welcome back to UV Review. I'm your host, Chase Timothy Hughes.
And I'm your co-host, Daniel Harmon.
And this is the news just for you. Club Rush was this week.
Clubs are an incredible way to find your place here at UVU.
We had a wonderful video we want to show you, some of the clubs you may have missed. The Cybersecurity Club is one of those clubs you definitely should take a look at. They've done several competitions, and they're about as close as you can get to learning technology, just like we see in the movies.
Just like a collective melting pot of knowledge, and I was able to just be able to participate in that and pick from it and be able to just learn little by little.
I highly recommend you guys come if you're interested in cybersecurity or IT, anything like that. We meet on Tuesdays at 7 p.m. It's only for like an hour, so not too much time. And then sometimes we have pizza, or we have other organizations that come, and it's super cool. And then you can learn, grow skills, and we can learn different things and help each other. It'll be great.
UVUSA hosted a Friday night flick recently. They watched the movie Lights Out, a horror movie, of course.
Our reporter interviewed some students about their thoughts on the paranormal and if ghosts are real or not.
Let's see what some of those students have to say.
Are you really into horror films or scary stuff at all?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Do you think anything haunts you? Like, do you believe in ghosts or anything supernatural?
I mean, I was a scare actor for like 3 years and like a coordinator. And I think there's some stuff going on there, maybe.
Is there anything in particular that you guys find scary in like horror movies? Like something more
Clowns.
Clown?
I'm terrified of clown jumps. Anything in carnivals?
Scares?
Loud, like.
I think November must have been rough for you.
What? That's okay though.
Do you believe in ghosts, Daniel?
I'm going to have to go with no. I do not believe in ghosts. Do you believe in ghosts, Chase?
Of course I believe in ghosts.
You do?
Uh-huh. One time I was in a car and the girl was telling me about it, and I started getting goosebumps on my back. And so I was like, yep, ghosts are real. That's good enough for me.
Might want to turn down the AC in that car.
Yeah, that's a good point. Ben Browning, the CEO of Utah Bank, who is definitely not a ghost, recently came to our campus and lectured to students about finding a good mentor.
He talked about how, because of his mentor, he found success in his career.
Take it away, Ben.
My goal was to make it as easy for my mentor as possible. All that he essentially had to do was just show up, sit down, order some food, and just tell me whatever was on his mind based on the questions that I was asking him. So that was really, really helpful for me.
Our wonderful in-house Emily Taylor, the assistant director for the Ombuds, sat in with us for an interview recently.
She works specifically on conflict resolution and helps students every day be the best version of themselves.
Let's listen in on our conversation with her.
Conflict or those differences is just a part of being a human. So it's not necessarily something I have to get hostile or aggressive about. That's contention. But conflict is just differences. And we're dealing with those every day, probably for the rest of our lives. And so to become more comfortable with those differences is something I'm really interested in doing. So on an individual basis and then across campus, so we can become more comfortable. Oh, you see the world differently than me. We can still have a relationship. We can still talk about things, and that's okay. And I could just be curious about what those differences are.
Yeah, that's very helpful to kind of understand.
Things you need to look out for this week and upcoming weeks. Family Safari Night, September 26th from 6 to 8 p.m. in the Courtyard.
Another movie night on the 26th. At 6 p.m., they're going to be watching Wonder Woman.
September 24th to the 25th, Christopher Curtis, a wonderful composer, lyricist, and musician, jack of all trades, some have historically said, is coming to our campus. Definitely worth stopping by. Thank you so much for being with us today. Thank you for listening. It's always a pleasure. I've been your host, Chase Timothy Hughes.
And I'm your co-host, Daniel Harmon.
We hope you have a wonderful week, and we'll see you next time here at the review.
Wolverine Pride,
baby.